The United States makes the UN work when it wants it to work. And that is exactly the way it should be, because the only question to the United States is what's in our national interest.
My name is John, and the International Criminal Court is now in session. Since summer 2023, I've been getting requests to do this video. Now, the reason why I've held out on it is fairly simple. I just didn't care. I didn't find the time for it. I literally just didn't have any motivation to do this video. But since all of you have been continuously asking for it, I'll finally do it. So, without further ado, let's go. Alright, Ghost. What can I say about Ghost? I think he's hilarious. I don't really have any major problems with him. He's literally a funny guy who basically shitposts about the failures of the armed forces of Ukraine in Ukraine. And he also doesn't hold back when people are trying to dox him and his family, like Pekka. In fact, in retrospective, I should have included Pekka in my pro-Ukraine tier list. In fact, I might actually do a bonus short on guys who I wish I added. And yeah, I'll just, end it there. They'll definitely be added at some point. But yeah, Ghost is a funny guy. He's part Dagestani, lives in Sweden. And he's a realist, and I like realists. Like people who take L's and don't try to cope and seethe about it. I like Ghost. And he really earned my respect during Uglidar. Without question. Next up is War Monitor. Not War Monitor 3, like in the previous video, War Monitor. He's a Lebanese guy, I think living in Lebanon. During Ukraine war, he seemed pretty neutral. But as time passed by, though, he started putting up fake stuff, and he had a really strong bias for the Palestinian militias in the Israel-Gaza war. Now, it's not to say that I think he's a bad guy, and I'm sure he has good intentions, at least that's what he thinks, but I don't know about him. In fact, I know a lot of people who have already started blocking him. Not from just the pro-Ukraine people, but also from the pro-Russia people, too. For basically hippity-hoppiting just for clout. And trying to ride on the coattails of the more popular War Monitor account, who unfortunately is War Monitor 3. I don't think he's the worst, but he's definitely not the best either. So, meh. RWA. Now, just like Ghost, I think he's funny. I like how they're realistic. And I like how they can take L's. I love their podcast too. I think RWA is definitely a worthwhile account for people to follow on Twitter. And also a worthwhile account to follow anywhere. Telegram, YouTube, Spotify, wherever. Definitely give these guys a follow wherever you can find them. Definitely credible. Jeromon. Now, Jeromon, look, I think he's mostly credible, but the problem I have with him is that he keeps getting into fights with Ukraine fanboys. And my policy, personally, is not to engage with them. I just blocked them. That's it. Ukraine fanboys are so annoying and so cringeworthy that I literally just don't want to waste my time with them. Just block them, man. And he does block, but by the time he does it, it's too little too late. And as I said, while I think he's credible, he needs to stop getting into fights with those people. So, I don't think he's the worst, but he's definitely not bad either. So, he's decent. Jackson Hinkle. Oh boy, this is easy. Clown. The reason why that is very simple. Jackson Hinkle is literally an obvious troll. He doesn't literally believe in any of the stuff he spews out. I feel like he's saying these things just to piss you all off. I mean, look at what happened with the whole Grand Theft Auto 6 thing. He literally talked about how the game was degenerate, I mean, no shit. It's Grand Theft Auto, dude. What do you expect? Even Nick Fuentes knows this. And he called for it to be banned. Again, he's obviously fucking with all of you. He doesn't actually believe in this shit. He doesn't. And not to mention, his Russian girlfriend left him. He fell for the obvious mail order bride scam. His girlfriend not only left him, she went back to Russia. Seriously. And not to mention his ideology. He claims to be a MAGA communist. What the fuck is a MAGA communist? So you're saying you're like some trad conservative Catholic dude or something like that? But at the same time, you're a super far-right Make America Great Again hat-wearing dude? Like, how the fuck does that even work? I mean, even Six Hexenhammer, who's a big libertarian, he even finds that cringe. It's a meme. That's why none of you should take Jackson seriously. He's a troll, through and through. And he got cucked, too. Seriously. Fucking ignore him. Spritter. Or Spitter, I don't know his name, but I followed this guy since the Syrian war, just like Jeromon did. Oh yeah, that's something I forgot to mention. I followed Jeromon since Syria and Iraq, and I thought he was credible, and that's the reason why I liked him. But yeah, same thing with Spritter. He's been following the Syrian conflict too, and I'm gonna be honest, he's kind of a clown, but at the same time, I don't think he's the absolute worst. Why that is? Because, well, he gives out information, and he's sort of like some AI-generated account. You know what? His shit is so robotic that I think he is a Fed, like working for the FSB. But I don't know if he's really, like, all the way, like... I mean, I don't know. He's definitely very questionable. He didn't really credit Syriac maps. I mean, he doesn't really credit people. He just says something without any sources, without, like, citing anything, and that's about it. But otherwise, though, I mean, he's pretty communicative nowadays. I feel like he's gotten better, but still, he has a lot of shit to work on. He's meh in my book. Woo, we got a pretty face here. This one is like a year younger than me. I mean, older than me. Sorry about that. By the way, Jackson Hinkle is my generation. He's Gen Z. He's born in 2001. I'm born in 2000. Believe it or not, folks, I'm nearly 24 years old. Yet he's like, he sounds like older than me. But yeah, so yeah, this next girl who we got here, this next person we got here, by the way, she's like some bodybuilder, from Russia. Let's see. I'm trying to see what her name is. Give me, let's see. Bodybuilder who made Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let's see her name. Let's see here. Because she met Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, yeah, here it is. Mariana Mouna. She's 24 years old, born in April 1999. She's 5'8". Ooh, yeah, that's pretty tall for a woman. And she met Arnold Schwarzenegger. She's like one of the Russian government's, I guess, like favorite people to like put on camera. She's got a pretty face. She's pretty good with words. Pretty charismatic. I mean, she's likable. She's definitely the perfect, like, she's definitely the perfect, like, propaganda, I guess, content creator or influencer. I mean, there's nothing really much to complain about this girl. Nothing. She has a lot of simps too, by the way. I think she even has, like, Zokas. Like, she won Zoka's heart a long time ago, so... and, you know, for a long time, people thought that this girl was actually Zoka. And speaking of which, Zoka's not even on this list. I'll add him in a moment, but yeah, if I have to be honest, I think she's a credible... No, I would say she's decent. She's definitely a Fed, but she's definitely not, like... She's definitely not the most credible of sources, okay? You hear me? But yeah, I like her. I have nothing to complain about her. And yeah, that's that. But yeah, speaking of which, I need to add Zoka in here. Just give me a moment, people. Because I forgot him. In fact, I feel like that photo I put, Mariana Ava, I feel like I pronounced her name incorrectly. Sorry. That was originally supposed to be a stand-in, a placeholder for Zoka. But now that Zoka was recently doxxed, again by Pekka, that fucking asshole, I can't really use him anymore. Or I cannot really use her anymore for that. Alright, just give me a moment, people. I'll add in the, let's see. Where is Zoka? Okay, here we go. Zoka. Alright, now Zoka, before he was doxxed, I liked him. Again, very realistic, even though he got a little doomerish at the very end. But again, just like Ghost, I really loved his realism. And I really liked his just overall, like, honesty on things. And his English is funny, too. Because he obviously can't speak English for shit. And you know what? Just for that, I mean, my favorite quote for him is, "Brother's morale is very high." That shit is funny. It never gets old with me. It never does. And for that reason, I'm going to put Ghost in decent. Not the most credible, because he did get a lot of shit wrong, but he's funny as fuck. And he's still posting on Telegram, but he doesn't post on Twitter more because of the trolls. Big shame. Alright, what do we got here? Ooh, Rybar. Alright, Rybar. A lot of people love using Rybar as their source. But we gotta be honest here, folks. They are a Fed source. Definitely used by the Russian government to get their agenda out the window. I don't know about this one. I really think they should be in meh. But I don't know, they can be decent too. It's just a matter of flip of the coin. They do like to announce some premature captures within Ukraine. And it's clear that they give out, like, the downright, agenda of the entire, like, Wagner PMC when Prigozhin was around. I don't think they're the worst, but I don't think they're the best either, so I'm going to put them in meh. Patrick Lancaster. Whew! This one is an OG. Patrick Lancaster actually goes to the front and he puts his life on the line to literally see and report to you what's going on in Ukraine. Hella based. Patrick Lancaster literally got access into Russian-occupied Ukraine very easily. I mean, what's there to not like about Patrick? Now, I definitely think he's a Fed, because how can you easily be allowed into Russian-occupied Ukraine like that? I mean, that can only mean one thing. But I love his videos. I love how he's able to speak fluent Russian. I mean, no doubt. 5-star Armchair General. It's literally no doubt. This guy. Douglas McGregor. I don't know about this one, people. I feel like he over-exaggerates a lot of stuff. Yeah, he does. Now, I'm not saying all of the things he said were wrong, but he's obviously, like, doing all this outrage stuff. He's like part of the whole culture war nonsense. I don't like that. And he got a lot of stuff wrong, too. He keeps dooming about, World War III is coming, the end of the world. I mean, I really don't like people like that. I just don't. I'm putting him in the clown tier. I'm sorry. Scott Ritter. He recently was just in Chechnya today. Literally in Grozny. Speaking in Russian before a crowd of Chechens. That is fucking legendary. But still, it does not make the excuse for his wrongdoings. The man literally got caught trying to have sex with an underage girl. No, it's not fake news by Ukraine fanboys. It actually did happen. And for that reason alone, I'm going to put him in clown tier. I'm sorry. Whoo! History legends! The legend himself. History legends. I mean, what else is there to say about Alex? He has a big YouTube channel. His sub count is only rising to the top. I mean, I don't think he's actually going to hit 1 million subs anytime soon, but he's definitely doing well. He's definitely reporting on the ground news with absolute facts. And, I mean, and I love, his videos are just downright entertaining. If you're new to the Ukraine war, like, observing it, I recommend checking out History Legends. Like, absolutely, it's no doubt. Check him out. Follow his Twitter, follow his Instagram, follow his YouTube, wherever. Give money to his Patreon. Like, literally, Alex is entertaining, and he is a good beginner's channel for Ukraine war observers. Like, check him out, seriously. 5-star Armchair General. Slav General. All right. He's not as good as Alex. In fact, he's like a couple steps down. He's like a downgrade of History Legends in regards to, like, credible info. He definitely spews some fake news. And, I mean, it's not to say I think he's bad. But at the same time, though, he's definitely not, he's so overly biased. People complain about History Legends of being biased towards Russia. But the way I see it, I think you guys just don't like good news being given for Russia. Don't cope. Hope. Which is what I see reporting from Ukraine and Denis Davidov doing right now. They're all hoping, not coping. But yeah, Slaviangrad, he's alright. But definitely not top of the food chain. He's meh. Intel Slav Z. This guy got his shit started since, I believe, the start of the war. He was at first credible, but then as time went by, I feel like he's gotten stale, and he's sort of fallen off. I don't really check out his channel anymore on Telegram. I just don't. I don't see a reason to. I've heard rumors that one of the guys that was running this place got arrested by the Russian FSB for literally spouting support for Yevgeny Prigozhin, who's dead now, by the way. I don't think he's the worst, but I don't think he's, I don't know. He's definitely not the best either. But I don't know. They fell off. I'll actually put him in the meh tier. Again, military summary. Now, History Legends is good if you're a beginner. But if you want to talk about, like, getting more experience and getting into more detail, I definitely recommend Military Summary. Military Summary, I don't think is the best out there, but if you want something a little more detailed, definitely check out Military Summary. Dima is great. RT, the feds themselves. It's Russian propaganda, the old school OG Russian propaganda TV network. I mean, it's obvious where this is going. I mean, they don't report fake news all the time, but they're definitely giving you the Russian perspective on everything. I think they're now banned in the United States. At least they're banned on U.S. social media networks for the most part. But yeah. Colonel Kassad. Do I have to say anything else? Fucking 5-star Armchair General. All day, every day. I mean, don't believe me? Check out his Telegram channel. Make sure you translate his shit into English. He's unfucking believable. I don't know how he does it. Alright, these next two. Sputnik and TASS. It's obvious. They're giving you the Russian perspective. But it's propaganda. Not everything they say is very credible. The New Atlas. I like him. I really like this guy. I don't really have any complaints about him. But I don't really think he's the ultra 5-star Armchair General. I don't think so. But definitely check out his YouTube channel. He's great. Operation Z, also known as, I guess, RV Vorinki. I don't know how to pronounce the name. But this is a good channel. This is a really, really good channel on Telegram. It's, in my opinion, the best overall, RV, Voinkor. Yeah, that's the correct name. Sorry if I got it wrong. But Operation Z, RV Voinkor, they are, in my opinion, the best overall pro-Russian channel on Telegram there is. They literally give nothing but the facts on the ground. They put out maps. I mean, they got literally 1 million subscribers on Telegram for good reasons. Definitely check them out if you haven't. 5-star Armchair General. Military Maps Info. Followed them since Syria, Iraq. I mean, they cover every war. They got an awesome map. You got to pay for it, though. But, oh my God, they are God tier. Just, they're one of the GOATs. Fetty mapping. Yeah, he's all right. I'll put him decent. I saw his videos. He's not bad. Not bad at all. Wargonzo. Again, I love his realistic approach. And he gives a good perspective of, like, I don't know, of what the Russians see and what they think. He got hurt in combat, I think, a couple times. And I think one of his guys died on the battlefront itself. But yeah, check him out if you haven't. Wargonzo, definitely in the credible tier. Levi. Levi is just absolutely funny. He's no longer on Twitter because Musk banned him. I don't know, maybe he was too much, I guess. But he's definitely funny. Definitely check him out if you haven't already. Levi is definitely in the credible tier. Vic Top 55. I think he was a former soldier in the old Soviet Union. He's a very nice guy. Even though I don't think he's not like the most credible of sources, but he's definitely somebody who you can definitely talk with, and somebody who you just won't have many issues with. He's just a downright chill guy. I mean, I don't really have a lot of complaints to say about him, even though I don't think he's the most credible. And he translates stuff too, so he's definitely helpful in that aspect. So, decent tier. Who's this guy again? I forgot. Is this Remy? Hold on a second, folks. I am so sorry about this. I need to check. Remy. 23. Is this his shit? Is this his shit? It looked like he changed his profile on Telegram. Yeah, it appears he did. Yeah, I think he did. Remy is pretty wild. I think he's like one of the most radical people that supported Wagner PMC. I mean, he's Prigozhin, man. All day, every day. Now I gotta make sure I have everything set here. Oh yeah, so that was Remy. Never mind. Brus Info. Again, just like Remy, also radical Wagner dude. Yeah, definitely in the Prigozhin tier. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not the worst tier on the list, but they're definitely the most radical of people. Donbas Davushka. Sarah Bills, also known as DD Geopolitics. Sarah definitely fucked up by doing the whole, like, Russian LARP thing. I mean, even my old Belarusian lady friend thinks the same way. That was fucking cringe. Like, don't fucking do that. Be genuine day one, folks. Don't hide what you are. Be honest. Okay? I mean, but she's a funny person to chat with, and I like her. But She's a meh. Lord Bebo. This guy is, again, hilarious. Very hilarious. In fact, I feel like he's like considered to be a white nationalist account on Twitter, but I'm like, yeah, he's definitely right-wing, but I don't think he's far right. At least that's what I think of him. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is fucking racist, but he's a funny guy. He definitely posts a lot of stuff that's also going on here. I mean, he just posted a video of somebody getting killed by a subway in Philadelphia. Like, he's wild. But yeah, definitely in the decent tier. Definitely go follow Lord Bebo if you haven't. We are so back. Grisha. R.I.P. to our buddy Grisha. I talked to Grisha on Discord. He's a nice guy, nice kid. I don't really have any complaints to say about him. I do think a lot of what he does is sort of LARPy. I think he's partly doing it out of character. But again, he's very hilarious. He's downright insane. But he embraces that aspect about himself. He literally does. It's too bad he's no longer on the internet because he got deplatformed pretty much everywhere. I think his Twitch got banned, if I'm correct. And so did his YouTube channel got banned. I mean, yeah, he's been banned on Discord too. Because he was being very pro-Russian. I mean, he's from Russia after all. What do you expect? But yeah, his Discord server was wild, by the way. You should be glad you never went there. But yeah, Prigozhin tier. Aiden. Now, look, I don't think as a source he's bad. But Aiden. Block the NAFO trolls. Get rid of them. Jesus Christ. Like, Aiden, what are you doing? Like, why do you have to be one of these free speech libertarians? That's so cringe. Get rid of these low IQ replies from your Twitter. I don't want to see them. And that's why I muted you, bud. That's why. Literally. I don't think he's literally, for that reason alone, he's a clown. He's obviously luring the NAFO fanboys to his account for views and for that X paycheck. I don't like that. I don't fucking like that. At least I don't get that with Jerome on. But with Aiden, I had to fucking mute him because of that. Very frustrating. All right. Next up, we got a Serb. This guy, I don't know what else to say. He's just downright, wow. He's your stereotypical Serb. This guy, let me see his name. Dijon Beric. He just has that look of someone who's seen so much. Just, wow. Very roughed up in the face. Definitely mentally not there anymore. But you have to give him respect where respect is due. He's there. He's fighting for what he really believes in. Decent here. Ukraine maps, or Maps Ukraine. This guy is a big, very big far-righter. I think he's been banned now from Twitter too because he was so extreme. He literally put out a lot of slurs. But yeah, while he was up, he was... I mean, I don't know, man. This is very hard to put. He's either the easiest or the hardest man to put on this list. I mean, yeah, this one is... I just cannot... I don't know where to put him. Now, as a source, I do think he's credible. But I don't think he's definitely not there completely in the head. But yeah, for that reason, he's definitely decent. At least he blocks the assholes. That's good. Cernal Sad. This fucking weeb. Oh my god. This guy... This dude has serious mental issues. He's definitely schizophrenic. And he definitely thinks the world is coming to an end like tomorrow, so. As a source, I don't think he's good. He's trash. His biases are obvious, and he's mentally ill. Get help, man. Get off the internet, get your meds, and maybe you can come back as a better person. But seriously, you are a clown. Serge. I love this guy. I like his writings. He, again, obviously biased, but that's what this list is all about. It's about which pro-Russia accounts are the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the ones who you should definitely stay away from. Serge is literally just someone who I recommend to follow. He doesn't lash out at people. He keeps the trolls out. And his stuff is very interesting to read. He's not like an all-time 5-star Armchair General, but I like his content. Check him out if you haven't. All right, for the last one, Armchair Warlord. Mr. Kiev was a feint. You know, folks, he's gotten better as of late, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like the baggage around him is just a little too much for me to really put him in the credible and even the Armchair General tier. I don't think he's a clown either. He has some work to cut out, but he's getting there. But he's still mediocre, at least in my view. He does block the trolls. That's another good thing I like about Armchair Warlord. But yeah, he's been getting fucked with by that Armchair Cope Lord guy. He's definitely a NAFO fanboy. I think he's a Fed, probably. I'm thinking of probably adding him in the pro-Ukraine account tier list. That guy's cringe. I don't know why you keep A-logging this dude. Leave him alone and his family, for God's sakes. But yeah, I think he's a meh. But yeah, folks, there you have it. My pro-Russia accounts tier list. I'm sorry this video took so long to come out, but you finally got what you wanted, and I hope you're all happy. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Share with me your thoughts on what you agree with, what you disagree with people that I missed out on. Just tell me. So I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.